Today we are going to do one card from the tarot and one card from Notes from the Universe to simply but powerfully get advice from Spirit at the time you find this video. So with that said, let's start with the tarot. One card please, advice for the viewer at the time they find this video. Okay, well, 3 cards are coming out. I'm going to take them, it feels right. We've got the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the Star card. And one note from the universe, it's this one right here. Let's see what it says. You're the kind of person who saves so much time every month with wise decisions, creative thoughts, and simple kindness that if you were anyone else, you'd toot your own horn, take the next week off, and stop feeling guilty for not doing more. Really, the universe. Yes, simple kindness saves time. It also extends lives, loudens laughter, and compounds interest. And yes, loudens is a word. Okay, wow, so this is sort of wild because basically this Note from the Universe card is saying exactly what these 3 cards are saying. So in other words, it's time to rest and slow down a little bit, because 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Wands can be interpreted as energy of like hardworking energy and a lot of fast moving energy. Okay, so 8 of Pentacles often can be symbolize hard work, and 8 of Wands can symbolize fast moving. Now, both 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Wands have beauty to that energy. You know, with every tarot card, there's a light side and a shadow side. So I think what's being asked of you, or more accurately put, advice from Spirit at this time, is although there is beauty and a light side to hard work and fast-moving energy, right now what's actually needed, which is coming through in the Star card, is healing of that. So I believe that the shadow side of these 2 cards are coming out, and what's being asked is healing. Now the Star card, the interesting thing about the Star card is it just like any other card, has many different meanings. One of the meanings it has is healing, but another meaning it can symbolize is wish fulfillment, which is why this Notes from the Universe card really almost summarizes exactly what these 3 cards are saying, because what it's saying is you're actually going to find a lot more wish fulfillment, what you're actually wanting, in taking a step back. So you're healing the idea that only hard work and fast-moving energy can get you what you want. And with that healing, there's also wish fulfillment. So I'm going to read this Notes to the Universe card one more time as you maybe gaze upon these 3 beautiful abstract tarot cards to notice how, again, these 3 cards are symbolizing this, and this card is basically clarifying these 3 cards. So if you're able to look at this whole imagery while I read this one more time, I think that could be really powerful for you. So I guess we're putting this reading into practice by just taking a step back, taking a few deep breaths, looking at some beautiful things, the flowers, the imagery, and allowing that to heal us. And I think there's a willingness here to like see productivity in a different way, to see how you get from point A to point B in a different way. And again, to realize that there might be something more to getting what you want than just putting in the hard work and thinking it has to go fast. But like there's beauty along the way as well, right? So we're going to practice that right now, if you're able to, by taking some deep breaths, noticing the beautiful imagery. And once again, I'm going to read this card one more time. So it says, you're the kind of person who saves so much time every month with wise decisions, creative thoughts, and simple kindness that if you were anyone else, you would toot your own horn, take a week off, and stop feeling guilty for not doing more. Really, love the universe. P.S. Simple kindness saves time. It also extends lives, loudens laughter, and compounds interest. And yes, loudens is a word. Now, dot, 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 now. I think I've missed that the first time. Um, yeah, so I mean, just like interesting, like it extends lives, loudens laughters, compounds interest. So, we've been really trained in our culture to just to only think we're getting what we need, or our investment's going to pay off if the hard work and the fast momentum are involved. But I just think the advice from Spirit every time you find this video is just like looking at life differently, seeing the currency in in beauty, in rest, seeing the productivity in rest. So like holding that perceived paradox of like, can there be productivity in rest? Is there currency in beauty? Besides just seeing like currency in money or productivity in checking things off your to-do list. Does that make sense? Like broadening your mindset a bit more of what a life well lived really looks like. Because it seems like at the time you find this video, there is like simple kindness. There's a lot of simple beauty that is waiting for you to feel it. Does that make sense? And I think there's a lot of creative thoughts and wise decisions that you will find in less forceful work and more conscious rest, in less forceful work and more conscious presence, in the willingness to slow down instead of the urgency to speed up. So I think there's like magic in store for you the more you're willing to surrender to that energy instead of doubling down on the hardworking, fast-moving energy. So I'm really excited for you. Honestly, like magic feels like the right word to describe this. Simplicity, beauty, wisdom also comes through. But remember, again, one thing the star card really represents to me is both healing and wish fulfillment. And so I think there's just like a lot of potential in store for you in terms of the liberating yourself from heaviness, but then also in terms of like allowing yourself to integrate and receive joy. So I think it's very exciting, and it's exciting. Here's what was coming through. Like it is very exciting, and I understand in my own way, it's not the easiest thing to do just to liberate ourselves from the thought processes that that hard work and forceful, fast-moving energy is the only way to be productive and get what we want, because that's how we were trained by our cultures, by our culture, and often by our subcultures and families as well. And so there is a process here of true healing that is required to I think I was going to say like because what am I trying to say? Like part of it is cleansing this energy, but then part of it is then being able to come back to the energy of the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands in a less shadow way and more of a light side. Because again, with all of these energies, there's a light side to them and then there's a shadow side. And so it's almost like the more you're willing to let go of the shadow side of this energy, surrender into deep healing, going for more simplicity, slowing down, rest, that kind of stuff, then you're going to be able to come back to these energies, the Eight of Pentacles and Eight of Wands, and embody the light side of them. And you're going to be able to integrate both the important aspects of rest and hardworking energy, the important aspects of slowing down and momentum and fast-moving energy. But if you keep doubling down on the shadow sides of these cards, you're never going to be able to get to the light side. And as I say that, I'm sure there are many times, moments, and seasons where you are implementing and embodying the light side, but hopefully you understand what I mean. I think there's just like a request from Spirit here. So this is both, I think, a request and advice from Spirit of like, the request is be willing to, instead of doubling down on the shadow side of these concepts, these energies, be willing to maybe say, I'm willing to see things like productivity and work differently. I'm willing to see my creativity different. I'm willing to get my solutions to my problems answered differently. And the advice from Spirit is to like invest in that healing. And then you're going to come back around, like I said before, instead of doubling down and embodying the shadow sides of these, you're going to understand more moment in, moment out, in a baby step sort of way, how to implement the light side of the Eight of Pentacles, the hardworking energy, the light side of the Eight of Wands, the fast moving compound, oh weird, compound interest, like compounding energy. And with that, you will more and more receive your wish fulfillment.